Hey folks, most of the time this is called a weed, but in shit it's the fan gardening, this is a vegetable and medicinal rock star. That's why we're doing this today. And guess what? Unless you live in a desert or Antarctica, you've probably got one of those near you in one form or another. What's up, everybody? April 11th, 2020, do stuff with Nikki here in South Florida. Weather? Cloudy with 100% chance of bullshit. Just had to get that in there. Alright. I'm going to do a few snippets over the next few days. I think this is even more important than your standard, vegetable gardening thingamajigger. This wild, weedy, great stuff growing around practically everybody's property if you've got some. That's just incredibly useful and nutritious and edible, and you don't have to be a master gardener to grow it. It'll grow itself. It's a no-brainer. This is Biden's Alba, Biden's Pilosa, Spanish needles, beggar's ticks, a lot of different names for this plant. And it's actually fantastic. Now, I yanked this one out of the ground to show you guys, but I did it like half an hour ago, and I feel bad. He's wimping out. And this one's one of the ones that already went to seed. But I want you to see what the leaf structure looks like. This is a baby. I just yanked him out. Yeah, see little leaves. But when they go to flower, they have little itty-bitty daisy-like flowers. They're kind of scraggly looking sometimes. Like this one's really kind of should sit in the fan with this one. He's wimping out. and he's scraggly looking. But anyway, they make these little daisy-like flowers. And then when they're done that process, you'll see this. Oop. Let me try to focus here. Focus. Like little sticky thingies. That's the seeds right there. And the funny thing is, this is one plant right here, and he's kind of a little one. These things can grow quite tall. But on one plant, you'll see one section going to seed, another one just has baby buds, another one, the petals fell off and they're about to go to seed, and you got younger sections. It's incredible, and it'll go and go and go. Now, you need to look out. This plant really has no toxic lookalikes, for one thing. And yeah, everybody calls it a weed. It grows like nuts down here in Florida. Everybody's trying to kill it. And here's the cool thing. You pick off the young and tender shoots and all that stuff. This stuff is amazing. And I think it tastes way better than spinach. It's an incredible pot herb. But the cool thing about this, that it's and you'll see, look, you'll see individual leaves, right? I just wanted to show this to you. And you'll see one that's got 3 on it. See the 3? I always say leaves of 3, let them be. And there's a little goosefoot one there. Leaves of 3, let them be. Not this one. You want to eat this. The thing is, if you are going to eat it raw, do it minimally and do it only the very, very young one. But better to use it as a pot herb. It's delicious. And the cool thing, it doesn't cook down crazy like spinach does. So, where do we start with Biden's? The one thing is, once you have this plant growing all over the place, like it took over our property, you don't want to let it, go crazy and take over your vegetable patch. Because there's things in the way it grows with the roots and the system around this. Because it is a crazy aggressive weed, and I think that's criminal to call these plants that. That kind of deter other plants around it from being as productive as they could be. It's just the nature of the beast, if you will. But that's what makes it such a successful plant. hardly any pest pressure, nothing. It just goes and goes. And again, it is invasive. Once you have it, you will have it for life. And the cool thing is seed harvesting is easy. On the side of our house, it's just growing wild over there. And all you have to do is put on a good pair of tight, dark pants and go for a walk. And when you come in, all these little guys will be sticking on your pants. Hundreds of them. There you go. You just harvested your seeds. Which you don't have to do. They self-seed very easily. So anyway, a couple things I put down so I don't forget, because there's so much great stuff about this plant. That and this is just a tiny amount I'm going to tell you now. That literally, again, it's a great vegetable. And I know nowadays not everybody can go to the supermarket whenever they want and get their lettuce and their spinach and all this stuff. Substitute. Nature grows it without a problem. Spinach is a problem. You can only grow it in cooler weather, and it's got issues and what have you. Not this. So many countries, they dry the leaves, young or old, it doesn't matter, for tea. For shit hits the fanners like me. Cool thing, you can dry the leaves, tobacco substitute. Look it up. Very common with the Native Americans and Indians in Florida. Yep, did that. The flowers are edible. They have a little bit of a tangy, orangey taste. Did I say you can dry the leaves for tea? Not sure if I checked that one off. So, young shoots, leaves, and tips. That's what you want to do as a pot herb. It's delicious. You know, throw it in a pot like you would normally cook spinach, or saute it in your omelets, or do whatever you want. And you can take raw. I eat these raw. And cool thing for SHTF, the seeds, if you end up having mass amounts of this plant growing on your property like I do, you can actually powder these and put them on a wound that's bleeding a lot, and it'll help clot it. It's great for that. Highly antibacterial, antiviral. Actually has been known to lower blood sugar. And it actually, they did some studies as far as an anti-leukemia plant, which is really interesting. You look it up. When I'm done, go look up this plant. You know what? A great resource. It's a really cool guy. He actually has a humongous playlist on YouTube, but it's older. But it's fun, because all his clips are really short. He's in northern Florida. His name is Green Dean, we all call him. And his website is eattheweeds.com. Eattheweeds.com. You'll love it. You'll spend hours on there. And the cool thing about it is you're going to learn a lot about this crazy wild vegetation. And a lot of it's in your area, because he is in northern Florida. It's colder up there. They get their frost and things like that. So a lot of what he does, like this kind of stuff, grows in your area. Look, the only place a Biden's plant pretty much doesn't grow is in the crazy desert and Antarctica, the Arctic. Aside from that, it grows everywhere. It's out in Oregon, Washington, California, all the way over here to deep South Florida. This cool little thing will literally grow everywhere. And I encourage everybody to go out and look for it and grow it and eat it. And don't kill it. But don't let a ton of it invade your tomato garden. So, and by the way, for you, those of you that have farms and things like that, because I'm a horse person, this is actually, some people have used this with their horses as a medicinal kind of crop. They'll grow it just to kind of feed handfuls to their horses, particularly when they're colicky and things like that. It actually helps horses quite a bit. I also sometimes take some of my older plants, like the bigger leaves that I wouldn't eat. I grind it up in a poultice, and or mash it up, whatever, and I put it on my foot, because I have an issue with that. I had a car accident and surgery, blah blah blah. I have metal in my foot, and it's been infected for 4 years, and the plants keep me from dying. So, and this is one of the biggest ones, by the way. This thing is insane. And the tea also just so you know, you dry up the leaves and make tea. It is fantastic. It is great if you have a cold. Really, really cool. There's so many things this plant can do. Like I said, when I'm done, look it up, and you'll be pretty impressed at what this plant can do. So, what I want to do is, oh, and by the way, if you know, we're lucky we have a little bit of land here, but, you know, look, if you live in this situation right now in an apartment or a condo, whatever, you've got parks around you. And, you know, like you see my backyard over there on the edge of where all those trees are over there. Similar situation you'll see in a park or whatever. You'll probably find this. So if you're allowed to go out and do that, you know, heck, yank a few of them out of the ground. Bring them home. You just throw them on top of some dirt in a few pots in your house, and you've got yourself a pretty cool plant. You seriously, no, it doesn't. These things, like I said, they grow wild on our property. No watering, no nothing. Just, they're everywhere. They need absolutely nothing. Nature did this for a reason, you know, guys. You know, I love my weeds. And this is one that can sustain you. And there's a few more, so I'm going to be doing videos about this. For the next few days, I'll try and do a few clips, because the other one, you know, and I'm sure by now a lot of you in my prepper family know about this kind of stuff. The purslane, you know, I mean, if shit's really hitting the fan, that and a couple other plants can actually sustain you. It's an incredible plant. I've got them out here. I'm going to do a video on that too, because that's another plant that grows all over the country. There's no way you can't find it. And also, readily self-seeds, no-brainer, it's everywhere. But I've got a lot more of these kind of wild things I let go on the property. I'm going to be making videos for you, because if you can't get your greens and your veggies and stuff like that, there are natural options out there, and you don't have to be a pro gardener. All you have to do is walk out the front door and watch it grow, you know, or the back door, or something like that. So, check out eattheweeds.com. When you go in there, he has a little search box or whatever. He's a really cool dude. Fun, too. And just type in the word Bidens, B-I-D-E-N-S. And the huge article will come up, because he's another one. He loves that plant. I think his favorite one is lamb's quarters. Bidens is one that he knows quite a bit about. And it's interesting. There's a whole lot of, he puts a lot of history behind plants in there too. And then at the bottom, sometimes he puts recipes, method of preparation. You'll love the guy. Very simple, very easy to understand. Just go there. It's all free. And, you know, just go up there and look it up for yourself, and you'll really enjoy it, and you'll learn a lot too. And you may even see some plants that are growing in your backyard. So, do stuff with Nikki. I'm out. I'll see you shortly, I suppose. Stop killing your weeds. They're gonna save you. Love you guys.